Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you got your logbook reset because we're fixing to get into it here. Let's talk about this freight wave story that came out the other day. Um, so during this story, it says here, video shows ghost co-driver added to trucker's ELD to skirt the hours of service rules. Let's talk about it. Self-certification of ELDs was a non-issue with FMCSA for years, sources say. I don't know if you guys know what we're talking about here. I'll run it down real quick. So these companies have decided that the best thing they can do is instead of operating a legal company, they're going to bring their trash over to America and they're going to start a shell company and start themselves a logbook and build their own ELDs under a shell corporation that they can control internally. And then what they're doing is, they'll bring a driver in and they'll run him, on that dollar a mile freight till he's running aground, and then that driver's probably doing a lease purchase on a truck from West Chicago area. And what's going to happen is, I'm speaking straight up here because I got two buddies of mine that work for those companies over there, West Chicago lease purchase deals. Basically, rent a truck and they'll run you to death with some JB Hunt freight. Is basically what you're signing up for over there. You run her out of hours. You run your 70 out in 3 days because you're working day and night. And then you say, damn, I got to take a break. I'm tired. And they say, but you got 70 hours on your clock. And you look down and you're like, well, son of a bitch, I do have 70 hours on my clock. How did that happen? Or, or scenario two, you're one of these guys that don't understand, economics, and you want to run that dollar a mile freight, and you just run her out hours, and you call them up and you say, hey buddy, I'm out of hours. I'm gonna need you to reset my clock for me. Big, put the ghost in there for me, and they do it. They do it. So just know that's who we're competing with. A buddy of mine said a while back, he said, boy, these tough times are really going to get rid of a lot of these companies. The problem is tough times are going to get rid of the companies that are doing the maintenance on their truck, that are running legitimate logbook. We're going to be the ones to suffer, okay? These companies that fly by night, they got 9 DOT numbers. They got them one parent company, and then under them, they got them 7 other companies set up. These type of companies are going to be the ones that can survive because they're doing everything, the wrong way. They're running multiple logbooks. They're not maintaining their equipment. They get in an accident. They shut that DOT down. They start them another one. Get them another guy over here from Cuba to drive that truck down a mountain on 70 and kill people. And then don't worry because the Kardashians will get involved and he'll get out of it. But that's opinion. That's opinion. So let's get on to this freight wave story here. This one really unnerves me because it's like I try to do things the right way, and this is my competition. And what bothers me about it is the FMCSA knows this is going on. There's no way they can not know this is going on. It's a damn freight wave story, so they let it go on. But yet, I gotta be legal, okay? I gotta do things the correct way, or my ass is in a sling and my carrier's in a sling. But no, no, no. You can bring your ELD over from Serbia, and it's no problem. So here, let me read this to you. This is off Freight Waves. It says industry insiders are accusing some ELD vendors of exploiting flaws in the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration's technical specifications to let trucking companies and their drivers add ghost co-drivers to skirt hours of service. I got a buddy that used to work for one of them over there. He said you'd be dead. He'd be dead dog tired and be like, "Hey, I'm not. I don't need a load right now. I got to take a break." And they would say, "Let me reset your hours for you." Now, if you work for one of them companies, do me a favor. Email me. Email's in the description down below because I know one of those companies is getting sued right now. And if you've got some good information on them, pass it along. I'll pass it along to the lawyer that's suing them, and we can get rid of some of this mess. I'm willing to step in and be that guy. Because honestly, they'll probably sue me, but the fact of the matter is, I got nothing, so they can come after me. So it says recently a driver using ELD Rider. Has anybody ever heard of ELD Rider? I've never heard of that one. So if you are familiar with ELD Rider and the companies that use it, let me know. Let me know. Hit it in the comments or email me down there, CashisKingentterprises at gmail.com. Hit me with that one, please. So it says a driver using the ELD writer software recorded a ghost co-driver being added to his device within 15 to 20 minutes after calling and contacting the company to request more hours. The truck driver requested that FreightWaves not link to the video in the article for fear that his voice or truck may be recognized by the ELD writer representative. Why would you stay with a company like that? You know they're doing illegal shit. And if you get popped doing that, you're in just as much trouble as the company that's doing it. Like, why would you drive for a company like that? I don't understand. Like, a driver will literally let the company skim his rate con, cheat his logbook, and yet defend that company somehow. This drives me crazy. Yeah, so he contacted his company and said, hey, I'm out of hours, baby. I need some hours. And they said, hey, give us 15 to 20 minutes. We'll put co-driver Steve. What they do is, this is how it's been explained to me. I've never had this happen for me personally, because my company would, if I even called and they suggested this, they would probably be like, why don't you just take our numbers off the side of your truck and when you bring our trailer back to the yard, why don't you go ahead and just take them numbers off the side of that truck for us? And, been nice knowing you. But no, see, you know, but let's talk about it a little bit. So that's what they be doing. So basically, this guy recorded it, and the way it's been explained to me is what you do is you call in, you say, hey, I need some more hours. Hey, Durka, I need some more hours. And you're probably talking to somebody in Serbia anyway, so learn to speak Serbian. So anyway, here's how it works. You call them, you say, I'm out of hours. They say, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to put a co-driver on there with you. We're going to move your hours over to the co-driver, and then you're going to get the fresh clock. Man, that's how it works. So here's how it goes. At the time, the U.S. driver contacted the ELD writer representative in Serbia. Oh, in Serbia. What do we know about Serbia? A little quick Google search. We know who's based in Serbia. The Serbians. The driver, who didn't want to be named of fear of retaliation, had no drive time left on his clock and only 12 hours remaining on his 70-hour cycle before he required the federal law to take a 34-hour reset, or he could run recaps. FreightWaves, don't get them twisted. FreightWaves really doesn't know much about trucking. They don't understand that you can run recaps. But anyway, and this boy said, I don't like doing all that math with recaps. Let's just reset this for me. So they did it. It says the video, which was reviewed by FreightWaves, shows an alert being sent to the engine control module connected to the driver's truck. The alert notified the driver that a representative was logging him off and taking over to edit his logs. Oh, ain't that nice? Isn't that fancy how they do that? He later received a call from the ELD writer over in Serbia confirming that the representative had edited his log to add a co-driver, often referred to as the ghost driver. Yo, baby, put the ghost on, The video then pans to the driver logging back into his device, showing that he now had almost 10 hours of drive time left in his day and around 68 hours remaining on his cycle before he must take the 34-hour consecutive hours off before driving again. Or he could have drove on recaps. Again, don't take it out on FreightWaves. They don't know a damn thing about trucking. Don't take it out on them. It said, however, one source alleges that trucking companies and their drivers that use ghost co-drivers rarely take their 3-day federal mandated breaks. See that there again, the math of that. A 34-hour break is not a 3-day break. That is literally your 10-hour normal break plus 24 hours. That's a day off is what that is. But anyway, it's FreightWaves. Yeah, they don't know trucking. It says, however, one source alleges that trucking companies and their drivers that use the ghost co-drivers rarely take the 3-day federally mandated breaks. That's because once a driver is running low on hours, a call to an ELD rider representative in Serbia them out of the software to manipulate their hours. So technically, the driver never has to take an extended break. The source claims. Woo-wee! On background counsel representative, Lion 8 TMS LLC and Lion 8 LLC is entirely separate from Lion 8 TMS and was sold to Derek's Solutions last year. The sale included the Lion 8 assets, the ELD software and accounts, the attorney added. Okay. Lion 8 TMS has nothing to do with these devices. Okay. Derek's is using the name Lion 8 under the terms of a temporary license agreement it has with Lion 8 TMS, the attorney said. That's what that sounds like to me. You know? All of the businesses are listed at the same address in McCook, Illinois. Oh, let me do a little Google search of McCook, Illinois. Let me see what's around there, including the new Line 8 TMS entity, according to the Illinois Secretary of State Business Entity website. The attorney said Lion 8 TMS, which is launching a new product offering in May, has no involvement with the device or the conduct that FreightWaves uncovered with the help of the industry source familiar with the use of ghost drivers. A whistleblower told FreightWaves that a representative of ELD Ryder have been manipulating drivers' hours of service logs to cheat the system since 2019, even though it's unclear whether Lion 8 LLC sold to Derek's Solutions in December. Fleets using automatic onboard recording devices, aboards, were forced to switch to ELDs December 2019. Some vendors developed workarounds to attract customers who wanted to add ghost co-drivers. And they allow this. The FMCSA has to know about this. Has to know about it. Things really got out of hand in late 2019 when the boards were phased out at intersource. Fear of retaliation to FreightWaves. In March 16, email customers, Lion 8 LLC announced it would be changing its name to Derek Solutions effective April 3rd. All of the changes from former Lion 8 LLC will now be reflected with the new Darren Solutions LLC. All right. Let's see. So the email signed Darren Solution LLC, formerly Line 8, stated, additionally, there has been no change in management and the range of products and services we offer. So they're changing their name around to, it's typical stuff that goes on down there in West Chicago via Serbia. It's a skirt the laws, big runaround hoopla is what it is. The FMCSA does not comment on ongoing investigations or enforcement procedures. How much money are they getting in this, you wonder, to keep their mouth shut about all this? The regulatory agency said in an email to FreightWaves, however, each device listed registered as an ELD must meet the minimum requirements established. FMCSA has a process to monitor ELD regulatory compliance, and those devices found to not meet these requirements will be removed from the ELD registration list. Well, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say the Ryder ELD probably should be looked at. They're ramping up enforcement. Oh, I bet they are. I bet that means they're cashing them checks. It appears the FMCSA, which regulates the trucking industry, is ramping up enforcement to crack down on ELD providers that do not meet federal requirements. The agency has removed 5 devices from its registry this year, which is more than it revoked in the previous 4 years, with only 2 revocations in 2022. The FMCSA removed Always Track ELD from self-certification. The vendor has until May 26th. TMS One's ELD sister company, blah, blah, blah. After FMCSA revoked ELD1 from its registry in January, CEO Radu Mazarkark acknowledged that his device was not fully compliant. Oh, imagine that. With the mandate, a week later, one PL logs, which used the same source code as ELD1, was removed from the list of approved devices. So, yeah. There you go. According to State of Illinois Secretary of State Business Filings, a new company called ELD Connections, Inc. is owned by Merzrak, partnered with Karen Harahurihi. A source familiar with the new company said ELD Connection is currently moving customers over. So there you go. Just change your name. No consequences. No, do whatever you want, and there'll be no consequences. Just do whatever you want out here. It's wild, wild west in trucking anymore. If you've got the money, I guess is what they're telling us. If you disagree, leave it in the comments down there. If you use, what was that stupid thing called? What was that ELD where you just call in and get you another one? ELD Ryder. If you're familiar with that one, leave me some comments down there. Email me about it. You don't have to put your name in there and nothing, make up a fake email. Just legit information, like what company you used it with, Did you ever do the ghost thing? You know, just stuff like that. Or if you don't want to contact me, contact the FMCSA and use a whistleblower exemption, and you might get some money out of it. How about that? How about that? Contact the FMCSA. They can't retaliate against you, that you don't get in trouble, and you might actually get paid for bringing down some bull crap companies out there. So there you go. Thanks everybody for watching. If you could smash that like button for me, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I demand it. It's not an option. If you're watching this, you're not a subscriber. You have to subscribe, and be sure to take care of each other out there. Remember, people are more important than trucks.